Hey howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. It's time to declutter the blush collection. I have 73 blushes. Let's see how many of them I keep. I am going to do them in alphabetical order by brand. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do all of the palettes together and do the creams together. I just decided to go in alphabetical order by brand. This is not all of them. There are some more over here. Let's jump right in it, shall we? We're going to start off with this Artist Couture Love Sprung palette. This is volume 2, Elamore Gillette, if I'm saying that right. And it's a very pretty palette. I have used it, as you can see. It has 2 blushes and then this highlighter. I am undecided on whether I'm going to keep this or not, so I'm going to put this over here in the maybe pile. Next we have Basic Beauty. This is the Bougie Wine Tasting Trio. Bottle of Dom, Bottle of Rose, and Bottle of Prosecco. This as well is a very pretty palette. I love those colors. They are so pretty. They are very dark, but I could make this one work. That highlighter is way too dark, but that's just such a pretty color. So pretty. I am going to declutter this one. Next I have Bombshell Cosmetics Glowing Goddess. This is a very pretty color. The only thing that I don't like about it is I'm not real thrilled about glowy blushes. And this one, it doesn't have a lot of glow to it, but it does have a little. It feels really good though. It's a nice formula, but I know that I have some other shades that are like this that I'm going to keep, so I'm going to let that one go. And then I have the Benefit Georgia Peach. It is a golden peach blush. It comes with the terrible little blush brush. These are very nice though if you're doing crafts and need something to do some texture with. It's a very pretty shade. This one as well is very glowy. It almost looks like a highlighter or a topper, and it's more on my finger than it is on my hand. I am going to let that one go. And then we have the BH Cosmetics Chocolate Orange Truffle. I'm pretty sure that I got this palette at Marshall's. And it's a very pretty, very soft palette. And I like the colors in it, and I'm going to keep it. Next I have this blush serum, Butanio Beauty. It's very small to try to read what the name is. This is a nourishing water-based cheek and lip color. I feel like I've had this for a while, and I know that I haven't really used it. I also know that that was way, way, way too much product. It is very, very pigmented, as you can see. It doesn't take much, and it does dry down to a nice powdery feel, but as you can see it is not shearing out very well, so I am going to declutter that. Actually, I may put this in my Halloween makeup bag. Next I have this little Chantecaille blush. This is in the shade Smitten. It has a little elephant on it. It is a very, very pretty blush. Very light. I mean, you can hardly see it. I believe that I got this very reasonably priced on a boxy drop shop or a mega sale, something like that. It is pretty. Doesn't really show up that well on my skin, so I'm going to declutter it. And then I have this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Birthday Suit. And I know I said I don't like shiny. This is kind of dried out some. Andy, you need to tell me how to fix this because This is the only Super Shock cheek that I have, and I'd like to keep it. So I know Andy said in her, when she was decluttering her Super Shock eyeshadows, that there was a way to revive them. So I'll have to go back and figure that out so that I can keep it, and I'll link Andy's declutter video down below. Next, I have this ColourPop blush, and it is in Wayfair. This is a pressed powder blush, and when I saw this on their website, I really wanted it. Had been wanting it for a long time, but this as well doesn't really show up very well on my skin, and the glitter doesn't, well, yeah, it's got glitter in it, which I'm not thrilled about. So I am going to declutter this. Next is this Complex Culture Good Glow Blush Duo. It is blissed out and flustered, and I have used this quite a few times. I really do like this shade here. I don't care much for this shade, but I'm pretty sure that I have this in another palette, so I am going to declutter this. And then we have the CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones, and this is a contouring blush. I don't see the shade name on it. This was gifted to me for a collab that I did, and this as well is, it's very shiny. And I am just not into those shiny blushes, so I'm going to declutter that. Next is my Dominique Cosmetics Cream Blush. This is in Soft Pink, and I have used this several times. It's very pretty. It shears out very nicely. I like it. I haven't played with it a lot. I'm trying to get used to cream blushes, so I'm going to keep this so that I can play around with it some more. And then I have my e.l.f. Primer Infused Blushes. I love these. I am not getting rid of any of these. These are some of my favorites. This is Always Earthy, Always Rosy, and Always Punchy. And I love all of them. I'm keeping those. And then I have these two e.l.f. Putty blushes. This is Caribbean and this is Tahiti. And I have played around with these just a little bit. They are very pigmented and they dry down into a powder. So I'm going to keep both of these. They might end up in a future declutter video, but for now I want to keep both of them. Next up is this Essence, the blush. This is in the shade Befitting. This is new to me. I have not used it. It's very pretty, very soft. So I am going to keep it. This is the IBY or IBY. This is in Sunkissed. And this has been on my vanity. Does that look the same? It's a little different. This has been on my vanity since I got it. I have used it regularly. I really do like it. This is the little carry-on blushes, so I'm going to keep that. It's going back on my vanity. This is Flower Pots. This is in the shade Warm Hibiscus. And this is a very pretty blush. The camera will focus. But as you can see, it's illuminating. And I do not like illuminating blushes. This, I believe, was given to me for a collab video from Gloria at Beauty Over 50. So I'm going to declutter that. Next I have this little Hourglass Mini that I bought on Sephora because I wanted to try their blush. This is Ambient Lighting Blush in Luminous Flush. It is a very pretty color. It does not give me a very illuminating vibe, so I'm going to keep that. I think it was like $25 on the Sephora website. And then I have these two Juvia's Place blush palettes. I believe I got them on sale on their website. Yes, I did. I got them on sale for like $7 a piece. But this is the Saharan Blush Volume 1 and Volume 2. And I mean, that is so dark, but it is just gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. And I may keep that for my Halloween makeup. This is Volume 2, which is a little bit lighter, and I love this color right here. It is just beautiful. I love it. So I am going to keep Volume 2, and I am going to put Volume 1, I believe, in my Halloween makeup. These are the Keys Soul Care Sheer Flush Cheek Tints. One is in the shade Grace, and the other one is Sensual. This is Grace, the lighter one. The darker one is in Sensual. They are very, very pretty. Let's look at the e.l.f. These two are very similar. That is the Keys Soul Care. It is very sheer, which is nice. And then that is the e.l.f. So I actually like the e.l.f. one better. So I think I am going to declutter Grace and keep Sensual because I kind of like that dark. Let's swatch it. Shall we swatch it? Look at how beautiful that is. I really do like that. And they make your skin feel very smooth and hydrated. So I'm keeping these and I'm decluttering that. Milani Cosmetics. I just got these. One of them was in a mystery box, and then I purchased one. I believe I purchased Tease. I love the embossing. I don't know why embossing just gets me, but I love it. Look at how pigmented that is. So pigmented, but it will sheer out. That's a pretty color. And look at how pink that one is. I don't know about that pink one. I think pink is beautiful on darker skin. So I may hold on to that one to try in the summer with a tan. Because I love like pink toenail polish when I've got a nice tan. I love that. But I don't think pink would look very good on pale skin. But I'm going to keep both of them for now. They may end up in a future declutter. They are a good quality though, and they're very pigmented. These are my Laura Geller blushes. And right off the top, these three blushes here, I am not getting rid of. These are some of my favorite blushes. These are the Baked Blush and Brighten. The formula is phenomenal. This is in the shade Pink Grapefruit. This is Tropic Hues. And this is Pink Buttercream. And I know they kind of look similar on my monitor, but in person you can tell a definite difference in each one of these. They are phenomenal, and I know I said I don't like illuminating blush, but for some reason the Laura Geller formula is phenomenal on mature skin. It just gives such a nice glow, and it has this kind of bronzy look to it. Next to the e.l.f. primer infused, these are my favorite blushes. I just love them. They are very hydrating to the skin. They are just phenomenal. Look at how pretty that is. Yes, I am keeping all three of those. This is the Hollywood Blushing Baked Blush Trio, and it has the pink grapefruit, which I have, but it has the Bora Bora Maui and the honeysuckle in it, so I don't have these two shades in the baked. And this is really nice little palette to take with you when you're traveling, so I am definitely going to be keeping that. This Laura Geller palette is Pink Please. It has Rosy Posy, Fuchsia is Bright, and Petal Pusher in it. And they are cream formulas. And I really have not played around with these. They are very, very creamy and hydrating. This looks like a cream highlighter. I believe that is a cream highlighter. My thought was to get rid of these, but I love that color, and I like that color as well. And if that's a highlighter, that is definitely a highlighter. That is very nice. So I will be keeping that. I thought I was going to be decluttering it. It's funny how I end up decluttering things I think I'm going to keep. That might be the first time I have kept something I thought I was going to declutter. These two are Serum blushes from Laura Geller. These are new, and I had an email from Laura Geller with a $30 coupon in it, and so I bought these to try. This is Poppy Peach, and this is Practical Pink. Very pretty colors. They come with an extra little sponge dauber to help you apply the blushes, and this is the packaging that they come in. I have not tried this one. You twist up the bottom and it comes out the sponge. This one as well comes with an extra dauber. And this one I have attempted to use, as you can see. It has a little bit of a chemical smell to it, and it's very wet, as you can see, but it's a serum blush. Let's just see if it dries down. The dauber on the side, this little sponge, it says remove to clean, so you can take that off and clean it. It just pops right off, and there's the product on the inside. It just gives you a very, very soft flush of color, and it feels very hydrating on my skin. The chemical smell is gone now. It just has a very light, clean scent. I think if you're looking for something hydrating, if you have dry skin and you don't want a lot of color, just a very light flush of color, I think you would like these. I am not going to open this and try it. I am going to put this in my Mercari store. So I'm decluttering this one because I have not opened it or used it. I'm not sure if I want to continue to try to play with this. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I think I will keep it and play with it some more to see how I like it. This is my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. I love this packaging. It is raised and textured. It is so pretty. It has a mirror on the inside, and here are what the shades look like. I absolutely love this palette. It is one of my favorites. It lives on my vanity, and I waited for a very long time to get this palette because it was out of stock forever. So I am definitely keeping this. These are my LYS cream blushes. They are beautiful, and I love them all. I have used them all. They are very nice. They are very pigmented, very hydrating. This one is called Self Love. This one is called Inspire. And this one is called Confident. Beautiful formula. They blend out so nicely, very pigmented. Beautiful, beautiful blushes. So I am definitely keeping all three of these. Next up are my MAC blushes. This year, I believe, is the first time I've ever tried any MAC products. I never got on the MAC train. I was always very much into drugstore makeup, and I never wore blush until like 2.5 years ago. So this was my first experience trying MAC blushes. This is a very unique formula. It is very cushy, and it is a very soft, buttery cream to powder. This is called Rosie Does It, and I love it. Love it. I love this color. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the berry kind of blushes. Love that one, and I love this one too. This is called Melba, and it is so beautiful on my skin. It looks so good on me. Definitely my color. So I am absolutely keeping both of these. Next is this Maybelline Blush palette. This is called Sun-Kissed Blush, and it is a beautiful blush palette. Very nice. But there is all kinds of glitter and stuff happening in this palette. I have never used it because I just have no desire to use any blush that has glitter and stuff in it. So I will be decluttering that. Next is this Maybelline Cheek Heat Sheer Gel Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Rose Flush. I have never used this. I've had it probably for 1.5 years and have not used it. That is a pretty wash of color. It has no smell to it, but I know that I am not going to use this because I have all of those other beautiful cream blushes, so I'm going to declutter that. Next, I have the Melt blush palette from the Amore Mariposas collection. This is called, I know that word, it means monarch, but I can't say it. Manaria, I can't say it. I know that that's not right. I'm just going to butcher it. But I got this on their website on sale for a ridiculously low price. I mean, it was just ridiculous, the discount. And it is a very pretty blush palette. I love this shade here. These two shades here are like toppers, and then the rest of these are blushes. I doubt very seriously that I would ever use that pink, although I don't know, I might in the summertime. Look at how pigmented that is. That is really pretty. Anyway, I love those oranges, and so I'm going to keep this. Next is this Merit. This is a cream blush, and it is in the shade Beverly Hills. And it is a very pretty shade. It is very hydrating. It almost reminds me of the Laura Geller Serum blush. Just a little bit easier to put on. This was sent to me in PR from Merit to try out. It is very, very hydrating, very creamy, very pretty. Because I don't have anything quite like this, I'm going to keep this one. And that brings me to my Milani Blushes. These are some of my favorite blushes. I love these. These are some of my favorite blushes. I love these. These are the Color Harmony blushes, and this one is Bronze Burst. It is absolutely beautiful, and I know, again, I said I didn't like glowy blushes, but this is just so beautiful on my skin. I just love it. This one is Pink Play. And you can choose to just do some of the colors or do them one at a time if you don't want to do them all together. I am definitely keeping both of those. And then I got this little rose powder blush. This is Romantic Rose. This is just a little sample. I think they sent it to me when I placed an order with them. It's a very pretty color, but it's very light. You can barely see it. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. I mean, it's only a sample. And then there's the Baked Blushes. This is Luminoso, which is a cult favorite. And this is called Sunrise Serenita. And this is so pretty. It is just, I mean, look at the color of that. It is beautiful. It's just this beautiful orange. I absolutely love it. I am keeping that, and I'm also going to keep the Luminoso because it's one of the first blushes that I bought was from Milani. And their formulas, their blush formulas are amazing. These are, I don't know, it seems to me that Milani has kind of changed up their formulas. I know that their shadows don't seem to be the same as the first palettes that I got. So I am definitely keeping these, and I'll think about that little rose sample. So far, y'all, I'm not faring very well on the decluttering of the blushes. Natasha Denona. These are all of my Natasha Denona palettes. Let's start with the Cupid Cheek Duo. This has a cream blush and a powdered highlighter in it. The blush is called Glow, I think. Glow Cream Base is what it says. And the highlighter is Glow Universal Pinkish Beige. I had to pull out the magnifying glass because you cannot read that. This is a very pretty blush, and it's very creamy. But it is glowy, as it says, glow. And I'm just not, I just don't care for that glowy blush, so I am going to declutter that one. And then we have these two Blush Duo palettes. This is palette 14, which is Tutu and Golden Coral. And these are both powders. This is too small to read. Tutu and Sheer Peachy Nude. So the highlighter is the same in both. I have used both of these palettes. And the blush is very pretty. But again, it's very glowy. Very, very glowy. So I do not believe I'm going to keep either one of those. I'm going to declutter both of those. And I did try them. I just could not get around the glowiness. So that leaves this Diamond and Blush palette. And this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. It has cream and powder. You have a cream blush, a powder blush, and then you have a cream highlighter called Diamond. This is a cream highlighter as well called Glow. And then you have two powder highlighters. And I have used this palette. I love this cream highlighter. It is very pretty. It's very soft, but it is very pretty. And it says that it's a base, so you could use that and top it with one of the other highlighters. It's very pretty. I love that lavender purpley color. It's very, very pretty. That would make a really good topper for your eyeshadow. The products in this palette are very nice. This blush is a little glowy. But overall, I do like this palette, so I am going to keep it. Next, I have these two Ofra blushes. This is Bellini, and this is Mai Tai. And I will be decluttering both of these. They are a horrible, horrible formula. You cannot see how this is such a weird looking orange. I wish you could see it in the camera the way it really is. They're horrible. The formula is horrible. They are extremely powdery. I am not impressed. I have not been impressed with any of the Ofra products that I have received. I just do not like them. I have decluttered every Ofra product that I have. So both of these are going in the declutter box. I have two Pat McGrath Labs blushes. These are from the Skin Fetish Divine Blush. This is Desert Orchid, and this is Paradise Venus. And both of these are amazing, just amazing. The Desert Orchid does have just a little bit of a sheen to it, but they're really, really good blushes. They are so buttery smooth, beautiful colors. Very, very nice. I will be keeping both of these. Next is my Patrick Ta blush, and this is in She's Passionate. It is a very soft pink blush. It's very pretty. I like how soft and light it is. So I will definitely be keeping that one. And then I have this Purelease Blush Glow BB Cheek Color. It has vitamin E and hyaluronic acid in it. It's supposed to be creamy, lightweight, buildable, youthful glow for all skin types. And this is in the shade Vivid Coral. I don't know if I have ever used this. That is actually a very nice color. I was planning to declutter this, but I think I might keep it. Yep, this is not going well, y'all. Then I have my Tower 28. These are both cream blushes. Both of these are Beach Please, and this is Magic Hour, and this is After Hours. And both of these are very, very nice. I really like the Tower 28 formula. Beautiful color. I love that. Look at how pretty those are. And that is very pigmented, but it will sheer out. I mean, I went in there pretty good. Very hydrating. Very nice. I'm keeping both of those. This is the Seraphine Botanicals Rhubarb and Rose Creamy Lip and Cheek Palette. They are PETA certified, vegan, cruelty-free, no parabens, no phthalates, no gluten. Their formula has vitamin E and pure shea butter, raspberry and blackberry extracts. And this was made exclusively for BoxyCharm. This is a very pretty palette, and I had every intention of decluttering this, but I had forgot that it is lip and cheek, although I don't know how well that would last on your lips. That is a very nice creamy formula. Oh, look how pigmented that is. What to do, what to do. I'm pretty sure that the Tower 28 looked like that. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. Tarte. This is the Breezy Cream Blush Peach Sunset. It is a very, very nice cream blush. I got this in the Tarte Takeover of BoxyCharm, and I have been using it, and I really enjoy it, and I'm going to keep it. I have a couple of Beauty Crop. This is Orion Glow, and this one is Mauvulous. And I've had these for quite a while. I know that I got this one in a glossy box. I believe that that glossy box was the very first subscription box that I ever got. So this has a little bit of sentimental value to it, but I do not use these. I have not used these. I didn't like them. So I'm decluttering both of those. And the last of my blush collection are these Wet n Wild blushes. This blush was gifted to me by some friends to do a video on my channel. One of the first videos that I did, and I could not figure out how to use this blush. Now I know what to do with them, but this is just a very, very odd blush. Of course it looks black, but then once your skin warms it up, it starts to change color. It's just a light flush of color. Feels very hydrating, but I've never used it. This is from the, it's called Rose and Peace. What was that Rose collection? I don't remember. But anyway, it does hold some very special memories and sentimental value for me, but I know I'm not going to use it, and there's no need to hold on to it because I can go back and watch the video and remember all of the sentimental value and the love that those friends showed me when they gave me this Wet n Wild collection so that I could do a video. And these blushes, I believe I got at Walmart last year after Halloween when they went on sale, and I got them for $1 to try them out, and you can see that I have never even put my fingers in them. Oh, and that's really pretty, but that is very glowy. So that's a no, and this looks like a bronzer, but it's not. It is a blush, but that's a very dark blush. So that's going to be a no. And I can see this one's going to be glowy as well. That's a very pretty color. Those, look how pretty those are. Very pretty, but I can't do the glowy. They look matte in the pan, but when you pick them up to use them, they are very glowy. So I started with 73 blushes. I have decluttered 29, and I am left with 44 in my blush collection. I was hoping to get it down more than that, but I want to start using up the products that I have, so there will be probably more decluttering videos to come as I work through the products and weed out the ones that I don't like as much as I do some of the others. I just want to keep the products that make me happy and bring me joy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching me go through 73 blushes. If you enjoyed my video, show that like button some love. And as always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for, pull your blush out and play with it. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye-bye.